So today I am coming to you from somewhere completely different. I am down at my parents' for a couple of weeks, as I do every quarter. I come down because I live quite far away from them. So I come down and I do 2 weeks and we do stuff, and I live here and catch up, and then I go home again. Something I haven't done for quite a while, I brought some work with me. I packed up a load of my jewellery making things. I was in the process of making some things before I came away, so I brought those. I've also brought all the packets of beads and the wires and all the bits and pieces. I've managed to find a little bit of time to do some of that. I had half a day in my first week here. I'm now in my second week before I go home, and it's nice to be able to spread out. It's nice to be working in a different atmosphere, a bit more room, a bit more light. But I don't get a lot of time because there's usually people here. My parents are both retired, and it's not very often that I get the time to be able to spread out and do that. So the first day I did it, I was on their main eating table, and they got out for the day, and so I just spread out, and I just had a 5 or 6 hour session of just finishing off the things that I'd started before, and just getting on with some new bits. I use Pinterest for inspiration for different ideas. I don't plan my designs in advance. I bring everything out, I look at it, I decide what I've got, I use Pinterest for inspiration, and then I make stuff in the same way that when I do the dresses, I don't rigorously plan what I'm going to make. I let myself be inspired by the items that I have in front of me that I'm going to use. So I did all that, and then the ones that were finished I photographed and I have added to my Shopify store. Now, you can't put Shopify stores into vacation mode when you're away. I've added a banner to the top of my shop page when you first land on my store, and it says when I'll be away. And I can put orders on hold. So if anyone wants to order something and I'm away, I can just put it on hold until I'm back, and then I can sort it out. So that works out quite well. All my other stores, my Etsy stores and my vintage store, are on vacation mode, and I will put those back on a couple of days before I head home, to let them get back into the system before I arrive home. So it's been quite productive since I had that one major making session. I've done some more bits and pieces. I've started a few more designs. I've finished a couple of things, and I will finish those off when I get home, I think. I'm not sure I'm going to have time to do any more here. I have a few things today to do in the last 4 days before I go home, and yeah, so it's been nice to be somewhere different. The weather hasn't been great, so I haven't been going out a lot, so just making the most of the time and doing some admin and doing some making and things like that, and putting together some ideas for things I want to do. And that's about it, really. It's always relatively quiet when I come down here. The routine is very different, so I have to slip into an entirely different routine when I'm here because I have to fit in around other people as well. But yeah, it's been nice. So yeah, so I made some videos of me making things and doing bits and pieces, which I've added here. And then these are the new items here. I'm going to put them here. These are the new items that I've just added to my shop. I seem to have an awful lot of earrings. They're really easy to make, and you can get really creative with it. I need to do some more necklaces, and I want to do more bracelets that don't have any clasps on them, and I just need to decide how I'm going to do that. I've got some magnetic beads, and I'm wondering if they will be strong enough to act as clasps for bracelets. I think that if they were pulled, they'd come off really, really easily. So I need to think about that. The necklaces I'm mostly doing lasso necklaces and things like that at the moment because they don't need clasps. I, as a single person living on my own, struggle with particularly bracelets with clasps because they're really hard to do up and undo on your own, mostly to do up. once I have one on, it tends to stay on because it's such a fiddle trying to get the thing off again. And if your hands don't work properly for various reasons, then that's going to be a struggle. So I'm looking at other ways that I can do that to make them more accessible. The necklaces are relatively easy because I can do the lasso necklaces, or I can just make them with wider necks and they can be hanging longer, so they just go straight over your head. So I'm going to work on that a bit more, make some of the feature pendants that will go on those, and I'm probably going to do braided necklaces so that I have something that ties in with the coasters and the bracelets that I do. So I'm going to look into that a bit more. But as always, I'm running out of time when I'm away to get onto that stuff, and a lot of those other materials that I need are back home, so I probably wait till I get home now, and then I can spread out. The only thing I have here is that when I finish making for the day, I need to pack everything away, and I like to be able to spread things out and leave them kind of happening as a process until I've completely finished, because it's so easy to lose your way in a design when you have to pack it up and move it out halfway through. Anyway, so that's my 2 weeks. That's my latest update, and the next time that that I post, I will be back home again in the north. And the weather in the south has not been better. But I've been taking advantage of the fact my parents have Wi-Fi, which I don't have at home, which means uploading to my website and just using Pinterest and things like that is so much easier. I only have 4Gs at home on my phone, so I toggle my phone to my laptop, and it just means that I have to be really patient because things can take an age to load up. So I've been taking advantage of that as well. Anyway, so that's my update. Hope you're all well. I hope everything's fine. We're all ticking along, and I'll catch up with you again soon. So catch up with you soon, and have a great week. Bye bye.